Is it working? Ugh. Let me know. Hello, hello, hello. Well, hello, Auntie Patience, Lyra. There I am, 23. Hi, guys. Sorry. It's working, yay! How was everyone today? How did you like my little waiting screen? That was cute. Yay! I'm glad. Trying to do a better job because I was quite unimpressed with myself from last stream. So, yeah. Emotional Pumpkin, hello! I'm just gluing pans down with a bit of poster tack. Very shiny colors. Very pretty colors. It's an unreasonably hot day. Also the waiting screen, but thank you so much. Yay! I wanna kind of step my game up a little bit. There's not that many like helpful tools to stream on YouTube. It's mostly for Twitch. But I am not streaming on Twitch, so what I want to do today is to kind of quickly finish gluing these down so they don't move around while I'm swatching them. But yeah, I would like to have a better swatching system for these paints, because what I have at the moment is just this sheet that you see here, and it's a bit too unorganized, and I feel like the swatches are really they don't sell the paints really well. So ideally I think I would like to paint bigger swatches. So yeah, kind of sad we just found... What? My gosh, Ginger! Hello! I'm a lamb. I always want to go like a lamb, a lamb, a lamb, a lamb after you. I like those cases. I have all my pans arranged in quarter sheet pans that I stack on top of each other. Oh, that's clever. And there's also a very good chance that the quarter sheets are magnetic, perhaps. Oh, just one. Aw. We need more cat-themed fabrics. I don't think there's such a thing as too many of those. But yeah, if you are looking for similar cases, this one is not the best because it is kind of like shapely. But if you search for A4 document boxes or document files or something like that, that's usually the keywords that I use to find like A4 size, really thin, well, really thin, comparatively of course, but thin plastic boxes. And I have I have two actually that are for my most of my Roman Schmal paints. And I really like them because you can put so much pans in there. But they're it's plastic, so it doesn't rust. There's a lid, so no dust. And it's really handy. The only issue is that, yeah, there's nothing really to hold the pans in place, which is not something that I'm really bothered about when it's my Roman Schmal paints. But for these, I'm trying to organize them in by like effect they have. Like, oh, the one that shimmer gold are here, the one that shimmer silver are here, the ones that blah, 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 sparkly are here. So I don't want all of these to move around, so I'm using poster tack. I can show you my anti-patience. Do you want me to pull out a Roman Schmal one so that I can show you? The number of people who sing Black Betty to me is one. You don't want me to sing anything. What is going on here? I'm just taping down pens in a plastic box. I had all sorts of, like I had pans, I had dots that were on pieces of paper. And the first sort of thing I did to organize everything was that I cut up the dot cards so that I could reorganize the dots themselves, like with the paper under them, on other pieces of paper. But then I did that and I ended up not using any of it. So I was like, well, there's a problem with my setup if I don't use the paints. So here I am. I removed all the dots from the papers. I put them in pans. And they don't stick in the pans really well, but that's, you know. Yeah, so I'm hoping that perhaps this way I will use these more. So I still have all of these here, whoops, here to glue down. I have, where is this one supposed to go? Rainfall. Are these also rainfall? Nope. Is this rainfall? Yes, okay. So this one goes with these here. Whoop. And then all of these. I'm not all that big on the pans touching, but I can always, you know, remove them. That's fair. My most frequent storage is magnetized pans and organizing them on small whiteboards. You gotta do what works. If a paint fall out of a pan, I have no fail-safe. Or if you have a certain cobalt green on there. It's not gonna interrupt the flow anti-patience. I can show the two solutions I have. These are like photo boxes for 5x7s, and I've put the Rosa Gallery paints in there for now. And this is the Roman small box. So it's just a document box, and I use printer paper, strips of paper that I cut up and folded and taped down as separators, and that's it. And I put a bunch of dry packets in here, but that's it. And the advantage of that is that the paints are protected. They don't occupy a lot of real estate, in the sense that it's the most like space efficient storage I've seen or I've done so far. I'm removing my shirt. Okay. I saw someone on YouTube using a colored pencil tin to old paints. It's really lovely, but not all the pencil tins will accommodate the height of a full or a quarter band. That's the issue with those. But they're really nice for that. Some brands enamel the inside of their boxes too, so you get a ready-made pen. Yep. I put blue tack on the bottom of the pens. They're just cheap aluminum ones. Oh, that's awesome. Aluminum is lightweight and doesn't rust, so that's delicious. That dark metallic teal color in the top. Which one? This one? They're all very yummy. I rarely use that cobalt green by now. It makes me too sad. Aww. This duty paint, yeah. Some of the paints are meant to be on this duty. Namisao, hello. I kind of want an evening gown. Fancy. I wouldn't have thought of putting dividers like that. I'll look for something similar. Always afraid I'll drop the pens. Yeah. I mean, if I drop the box with the paints in it, it's not gonna be fun to pick up, that's for sure. But still, for now, it's kind of the best solution I've found. Yeah, you need a box for a larger set to get that vertical appearance. Yeah, okay, that's not just me. No, the one next to, oh, this one? In person, it's not very teal. Oh, this one, perhaps. Sorry, this is not the most fascinating content, but I'm trying to get them glued down relatively quickly so that we can move on to the more fun stuff. It's just that I always feel like my my fingers are full of thumbs when I'm trying to pick up pans like this. Like sometimes I will reach for a pen and grab the one next to it. It's like, okay. Yeah, that's what they're sold at as emotional pumpkin. I saw that too. I don't remember what exactly I searched to end up finding these. But yeah, the sort of round little ceramic bowls, they're like feeding bowls for perhaps lizards or insects. These have magnets glued under them, but I mean, this is a plastic box, so. So I tried my best to group them in terms of how they look on paper. I think, if I remember right, these that I'm taping, no, not taping, tacking down, sorry, are like duotone, kind of. Like they look one way at an angle, and if you change the angle, they're gonna look different. Trust Amazon CEO, SEO to give you all the things you want in life. It's funny though, because a lot of stuff we can use is not necessarily gonna show up if you search like for painting related stuff. Hot Pockets, hey! Oh, I'm just noticing that there's an L in there. Hottle Pockets? Duochrome, okay, yeah. And some here have larger sparkles in the mix, and I have some that are more like interference, so they're basically transparent until the light catches them at the right angle. And here is all the gold and the one silver. People always make gold, but not enough people make silver paints. Perhaps there's a lot less what's the word I'm looking for? Options. Yeah. Bless you. Do you guys want to hear about some random cat shenanigans? Well, the transparent ones, are they the ones that say Phantom? Yeah. These are all indie. It's Claire Chi. Gabor, hello! What was I saying? Oh yeah, cat shenanigans. So, you guys know about Shiro, right? I've mentioned Shiro. Little visitor cat, adorable. She's teeny tiny, but she spends like most of her summer here, or just outdoors in general. And for the last couple of days, she's been showing off with a another cat, a feral tomcat. Now, mind you, Shiro is spayed, because of course. It's really difficult to get a cat here, like to adopt a cat from anywhere, and the cat is not already spayed or neutered. So her friend is probably just has always been a feral cat, but he will follow her everywhere. Like he's clinging to her like a shadow. And at times she looks so disgruntled by the whole thing. Like she's a bit as if she was saying like, can you just leave me alone? But the guy is like following her everywhere, and he's very chatty, so it's really funny. And also he's a white cat, so we've been calling him her white knight. But yeah, it's just so funny because she's like, I think like if he gets too close, she will make it known that it's not great. She doesn't want him to get too close. But yeah, he will just follow her everywhere. And it's so funny. So I'm not super familiar with, you know, the behaviors of cats in between cats. I don't know if that's, you know, okay behavior. Is that something we should be worried about? Like, is it fine? Is it not fine? So of course we're keeping an eye on it as much as we can, but it's just so funny because he's always following her. And she had that before with another cat, another feral cat that we had nicknamed Fanta because it was orange. And he kept tagging along, like following along with her. And it's so funny because she is this teeny tiny little cat that's got to weigh about 5 pounds. She's a very small cat. She has the attitude of a much larger cat, but you know, she's tiny. And she's the only one of all the visitors and the neighborhood cats so far that has had that happen to her twice. She keeps finding like friends that will follow her everywhere, and she always looks so like nonplussed, like why are you following me? Stop it. And it's just so funny. Main issue with the White Knight cat is that he is, like I said, intact, so he pisses on everything, which is really gross. Because I tried to set up like the umbrella for Shiro, and I set her up with a little box outside because it's getting to be a bit cool, and all the intact males that, you know, walk by, they always piss on everything. I'm always like, can you not? Okay, is everything attached? Oh, I think everything is attached. Ooh, okay, yay. Okay, sorry. The transparent ones are the ones that say Phantom on the chart. Yep. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Is there a way I can set it up? But it's like, they look like, this one looks bright, light pink, another kind of light purple, but then when you shift them in the light, they get this shine to them. Like the pink one is more of a turquoise sheen, and this one is green, and here I have a blue one that shines gold. So these are the one that Claire has named the Phantom colors. And yeah, they're all from the same paint maker. To your point about finding interesting non-art related stuff for art applications, I was looking for a way to stick pans in a plastic palette that didn't involve sticky dye and found ferrous metal tape that works with magnetized pan. To work with which I then had to buy metal shears and Yep. Yeah, you kind of have to keep an open mind when you go to the hardware store, when you go to the you know, kitchen things. She found herself a love bug. She sounds like a reluctant heartbreaker. Hey, Burley, hello. The big one looks turquoise. And yeah, that's wild, isn't it? It's very difficult to show, but I can sort of go through them just a little bit to sort of see if I can feature their really interesting qualities. So, like this one is also like blue gray and then gold. This one is brown. No, this one is the champagne spark, so it's kind of a very light peach color, but it has bigger sparkles in it, and then it shines really silvery. And a bunch of just metallic gold. This one is green but shines golden. This one is green but also golden but different. More Phantom colors here. This one is blue and gold. And yeah, so some of them are just shiny, just a bit darker. This one is blue and silver. This one is one with like golden sparkles in it. Then just a shiny one. This one is blue and gold. This one is really dark, but it's like a dark, deep dark green. A blue sparkle, blue base with silver sparkle. This one is also sparkly. So yeah, it's and I don't want to ramble through all of these, but yeah, there's a lot of really interesting colors in here. I'm not seeing it. This one has, which one is this? Ancient Skies. Did I put it with the right colors? Oh, it might be in the thingamajig. What am I looking for? I'm looking for something. Where is it? I don't remember. Oh well. Okay. Never mind that. Because I'm wondering. Anyway, yeah, so some of them are more like really like a clear base with some sparkles in it, and some have a much more of an opaque look. But I feel like all of these swatches, they don't really sell the paints well, so I was considering doing bigger swatches with more room for having the color at mass tone, having the color diluted and all of that. I have some great successes with repurposed hardware store odd items. Yeah, like a cork block, sorry, that can be used with emery paper. I use that as the perfect prop to keep my... Oh, that's clever. You have similar kind of blocks for... They're much bigger, but for yoga practice. Hardware store also showed up on our plans for vacation. Water park leaks. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's life. I enjoy trying to figure out how to repurpose items to use art supplies. For example, I use silicone brush cleaning discs. Yeah, that's clever. Absolutely. Stuff like plastic pencil cases. You might want to swatch on black too, the differences. Oh, that's true. I kind of hate swatching on black. I haven't found a black watercolor paper that I like. I still have to try, if it exists, but a cellulose based one. I tried a cotton black paper and I hate it. So often what I use is just some drawing paper. Not a cheap one, but it's from Fabriano. It's somewhere. Oh, there it is. So that's the one I use usually. It says drawing paper. Doesn't specify on it that it's cotton, so it's probably just cellulose. But yeah, it says ideal for pastel colored pencils, acrylic markers, and scrapbooking. They don't particularly recommend putting paint on it, but for swatches it's usually fine. Swatches don't tend to be very wet. But also I have a bajillion, not a bajillion, but I have a lot of colors to swatch here. How many is that? $105. Oh, I want to do this. Woo! 105. Why am I doing this to myself? Stonehenge isn't my favorite paper ever, but it's doable. It is doable. It's just I feel like it doesn't handle being handled really well. It delaminates really easily. I don't know if it's the paper I got, but I have the the small the mini pad of the Stonehenge black paper, and it doesn't stay together very well. Like I've tried gluing it down on swatches, and like the adhesive stays on the paper and it stays on the black paper, but all the black paper that's not held onto by the adhesive is super easy to remove. Does that make sense? Licking mats are good. Too big. Hold on, with what? I love that idea. I found some brush cleaners with suction cups on the bottom. That's clever. I saw YouTuber use a dog licking mat for this. Oh, yeah. But those are big, right? You need a bucket. Trying to remember where we put that licking mat the cat knew. Oh, she cut it in pieces. Okay. Yeah, sure. Yes, cutting into swatch cards and they're all frayed and sad. Black ground works, but this... Yeah. It's fine for swatches, but the black ground requires a lot of prep time and prep work, and I've done it with other swatches that I've made in the past, but What size is this paper? So you can tell that this is a European brand because the paper is in centimeters, whereas everything else is, like from the States, is usually in inches. I was a bit unsure too if I wanted to redo the bigger swatches on a cellulose paper like this one. This is cellulose paper. So I kind of have the paints on cellulose paper, but where did I put everything? I also have these cotton paper swatches that are already cut. I don't know if I have 105 of them though. Doubtful. Though I could cut perhaps these in half. Oh, the Raskog. Oh, hold on. I also use golf balls at the bottom of the jar to clean brushes. And IKEA rolling shelf, same as you can buy. Yeah, and I think the IKEA one is much nicer, to be honest. Yeah, the Raskog. It's always available in slightly different colors every season, but it's always basically the same. I have one. I used it in the studio for a bit, but then it got repurposed in as a bedside table, sort of. I think the Raskog thingy is really fun if you have a sort of a bigger studio with space that is not taken by stuff. Because otherwise it's kind of too easy to roll it in a corner and to kind of forget about it, and then more stuff piles onto it and starts aggregating around. Oh, speaking of, we're talking about finding art supplies in weird corners. If you are looking for ceramic water bowls, check out the pet store. I've shown them, but the ones I've been using, it's this set of 2 dog bowls. The bowls are white ceramic. They have a bamboo base, and they were on clearance. Like, it was $10, 10 Canadian dollars. That's nothing. And I got 2. I got one for me, and we got one so that we could use one of the bowls for the cats. So I'm using the bottom tray of the cat's one. Hold on, it's here. That's what the bottom tray is like. So you have these sort of divots for the bowls, and it has these. Oh, it lost one. Oh, maybe that's the thing I found on the floor. Anyway, who cares? That's not relevant. But yeah, I use the spare base because we don't use it for the cats. I use it as a lid, so I can plop it on the balls when I need to protect them. I wouldn't leave it on there because of if the balls have water in them and you leave this bamboo lid on, it's gonna start getting moldy, which is not great. But if I quickly need to like protect my water balls from any cat interference, I can just plop them on. And when the balls are empty, I can also put that on them, and then I could put stuff on here. So I think that's awesome. And it was like so inexpensive. And the balls are made so that you can't really tip them, so they work so well for painting, seriously. I think the metric system is so much better, no hassle with unit conversions, because we don't have units. No, it's the freedom units. Get it right. Raskog, it's a trolley with her basket. Yeah. Yes, mine is now reprocessed by the missus, and now it is just in the kitchen. I wondered what those were when I saw a glimpse of them in the previous video. They're duck bowls! pet store. I currently use the ceramic flower pot, but that also works. And like this one is also a pet bowl, and it has a silicone sort of bottom, so it doesn't skip around, but it's removable. So you can really easily also use that. And the main feature why I started looking into pet bowls for water is because they are very stable. I used all sorts of container for water, but I was always worried about tipping them over because they tend to be high and sort of narrow, and it stresses me out. The European system for paper sizing makes more sense, and I feel like overall the metric system, all of that is better because it's quite logical. You don't have to remember a bunch of random things like a foot is 12 inches. Okay, why? What the what's that supposed to mean, you know? Whereas you know, a meter is a bunch of centimeters and millimeters, and you can sort of figure out what's what just from the name of it. The issue is that in a lot of places you're stuck having to manage both. That's where it gets really complicated, because if it was always the same system all over, we'd figure it out, but having to translate from one system to the next, that's when it gets a bit more intense. How about I just, you know, try. Let's just start with something and see where that takes us. How about that? Just gonna put this aside for a second. Now, this box is not ideal because it doesn't clip shut, but very minor detail. My water bucket are 2 old Tupperware cups, and for brush cleaning in between is an old one. Yeah, I've been using the same old ass towels for brushes for 30 years easily, because you can wash them. I just do one specific laundry load where it's just the paint rags. Better than freedom units. I really like calling them freedom units though, I gotta say. So you have like feet and inches and yards and Fahrenheit and cups. What else is very freedom unit? Well, the paper sizes, like letter, legal. But having gotten into bookbinding recently and doing a lot of cutting things to size with your signatures is a bit challenging. It's really, really difficult when you want them to be all nice and pretty. Trying to cut half of, oh, you know what I would do? I would round it down to like 296 and then do my best to cut that in half. I would remove the extra millimeter, like, no thank you. One A0 page, a square meter, can be folded in half over and over, and you always get pages with the same proportions. Are they really the same proportions? The only thing that I'm really bothered with the A, B, etc. system of paper sizing is that it's a bit counterintuitive. The higher the number goes, the smaller the paper. I understand why it's like that, but that's the only sort of real beef I have with it. is the mental gymnastics of thinking about what A7 is like in terms of size. It takes me a moment. The watercolor sizes are all in imperial sizes. Let's decolonize. They're all freedom units. Contrary to popular belief, we do not measure bald eagles per cheeseburger. No! Aww. I would say one bald eagle is about how many cheeseburgers would you say? 7, 8? And then you get about 30 bald eagles per McDonald's. Yes, the ratio of the A-size paper is square root of 2. Whoa. I mean, that's super interesting because over here you've seen the paper sizes we deal with. There you go. Paper sizes. I think it means that you fold it as many times. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. But it's just weird when you come from a system that doesn't make sense, but that still refers to paper in terms of the actual size of the paper. Like a 9 by 12, a 4 by 6. So when you see A7 and then you see A0, you're like, wait, what's the 0 one for? But, you know, it makes sense. It's very logical. It's just very different than the mindset of our stupid paper. With you and decolonizing, but the nice thing about imperial sheets, though, is that they are even and inches to 22 by 30 inches, right? I think it's hilarious that the freedom units officially are defined by using metric units since the don't have a need for lipstick. Okay, and a blade and a ruler, pencil, and an eraser if I can find one. There's a whole thing, like a whole meme about the units we use here in Quebec, or perhaps in Canada in general. I don't know if it's just Quebec. But it's a nonsensical hodgepodge of metric and freedom units. Like every water temperature is measured in Celsius, except if it's a pool. If it's a pool, it's measured in Fahrenheit. Don't ask. Also, all the oven temperatures for cooking are Fahrenheit as well. Is that it? Yeah, I think it is. I never really thought about it. Okay, weird. What else? Something like people's height is measured in feet, whereas distances are measured in kilometers. Like, it's all over the place. There's a meme, like there's an image that's a meme that, you know, goes around all the weird way we ended up using units. And speaking of freedom units, that's gonna stick. The one that's most baffling is paperweight. Sometimes 24-pound paper is the same as 80-pound paper with the... Yeah. The problem with paperweight is it measures an area on the surface of the paper. I just put hand cream. Does not measure the actual... Yeah. I kind of hate the way paperweight is measured because it's a weirdly niche measurement in the sense that it's like, okay, so a square meter of a full ream of this particular paper is gonna weigh whatever. And you're like, Okay. I think it would be difficult to, you know, have it by the thickness of the paper, because some paper is really, really thin. So it's like, what kind of unit do you use there? But it would at least be more useful. Yeah, I think it's the weight of a ream of papers of different sizes. It makes no sense. It's so annoying. In metric, it's GSM or grams per square meters. I mean, that at least that's something you can understand in terms of how you measure it. Like, what's a ream of paper? How do you decide the size of a ream of paper? Like, it's such an abstract measurement. It's like saying, like, a foot. What's a foot? Whose foot? Your foot? My foot? A foot is 12 inches. What's an inch? Ah! In the UK, it's the same. Petrol consumption is in miles per imperial gallons. Well, you buy the petrol by the liters. Yeah, you have pints, and your monetary system is bonkers. I'm sorry, but I've tried a few times to sort of wrap my mind around how coins work in the UK, and I'm sorry, what? Sassy Bridges, you made it! Hey! And white 12. I don't know! I don't know! I mean, 12 on its own is a really interesting number because you can divide it by a bunch of other numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, not 5, 6, and then what, 12? So you can sort of split it in like quarters easily, in thirds easily, in half easily. But what decides the measure of a freaking inch? Anyway, it's just weird. I'm sure there's an explanation for it, but doesn't speak to the thickness of the paper, which is what people... Yeah. I would much prefer a system that tells me the thickness of the paper, because it's really difficult when you try to buy paper that you can't necessarily touch before buying it. How are you supposed to know if it's what you need? Like, hey, I want to buy some slightly thicker paper that's bright white. Is it gonna go through my printer? Who knows? Who knows? Not even the printer knows. Nobody knows. I'm really bothered right now. I hate that I just put hand cream. Okay, give me a sec. I have to go. Like, my hands are messed up, but I can't handle paint paper with hand cream. I'll be right back. I'm sorry, the ick was way too strong. The density of the paper is a big factor in this, and it's not taken into account. That's also very true. Since the adoption of the international yard during the 50s and 60s, the inch has been based on the metric system. Oh, that's silly. That's very silly. What a nice measurement too. 25.4 millimeters. Yay, thank you. Otto! Hey! Oh, speaking of units, we haven't even broken into the weird units they use for, well, I mean, they still use it, mind you, for graphic design, like typeface. Things being measured in points, and then you also have picas. We had a ruler, a specific ruler, when we were studying graphic design that was split into various units, and we would always call it the point pique pouce ruler, which is point, pica, and inches. But in French, it's point pique pouce. Freaking big metal ruler. That is better than below the bar. I think Otto is on point. Otto is on point today, wow. You might have trouble walking if you throw those away. The ones that I wish I could, like, temporarily store away are the arms when I'm sleeping. Because I absolutely never know what to do with my arms, and inevitably I wake up and everything is stiff because I slept weird on one of my arms. Like, if I could just pop them off, attach them to the wall for the night, I feel it would be much easier. I've been wearing hoodies forever and I'm ready for them to be... Oh, oh no, do you wear them in the heat too? Just out of stubbornness? I'll say that again. What, that you're on point today? Did I not? Okay. Can't even measure it properly. Pfft. I've walked a bit too much today. I'm jealous. All of you guys living in super nice European cities that have like really fun, pretty, interesting, walkable areas that don't suck. I'm jealous, okay? I will always remember fondly the time I spent in Switzerland at the weekly market thing in Lausanne. Me, sometimes it's a comfort garment. Yeah, I'm with you. For me, it's pants. How much I hate wearing shorts. I will do it because I don't want to, you know, overheat, but the moment like it gets 2 degrees a bit cool and I'm like, oh, give me my pants. And some days I have to change like between pants and shorts like 3 times a day because I get too warm in the pants and then I'm like, oh, I'm too warm, so I wear the shorts for a while and then I'm like, I need the pants. Well, I do keep telling you to move to Edinburgh. I mean, moving, it's not easy though. It is an option. Of course it is an option. It's just a very complex one. It's kind of easier to move. Let me know if the sound that this thing makes, if it's annoying or if it's too much, I will go back to the blade. But yeah, it's just that, you know, it's easier to move when you're a bit younger perhaps and you're not fully established in everything yet. Like with your banks and your insurance and your dentist and your doctor and your this and your that. You know, it's a tiny bit easier in those situations. Wait, how small is that paper trimmer? 4x6. Very useful. It is insanely useful, especially for swatches. Though, I mean, it's not the best quality paper trimmer, but it's fine. Also, I really like, check this out. It has storage in it. I have name tags. I have little bits of black paper in it. There you go. It's a really handy little trimmer. I'm just bummed that these things are not made as good as they were before. Like, I remember the sort of much larger industrial paper trimmer we had in school and how that thing was made to last for forever. And then I worked in a photo studio lab thingy, and the owner had a small guillotine like this, but a much older model, and it was so much nicer. This one, I mean, it's fine, it cuts, but it's the base is kind of too light and it tips easily. It has storage, which is great, but it's just, you know, can I have this thing, pay perhaps a bit more for it, but have it be good quality, you know? At hindsight, it's super handy. It's surprisingly practical. I remember the one in the photo lab we would use to trim down like passport pictures and whatnot. And you could tell it was an older model because I think the ruler on it was in centimeters. This one is in inches, which is a bit stupid. Here we go. Ow, 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 cramp. Ow! Oh, I have a butt cramp. Okay. Almost there, guys. I'll be able to paint the first swatch soon. Yay! Okay. Next step. There it is. I need to dig out the double-sided tape. Where is everyone from? So Germany, America, UK. You guys know where I'm from. Is that the right side? Okay. It's the right side. There you go. Okay, okay. So, what color should I swatch first? Are we gonna be able to figure this out? Welcome back, 23. Deal. Which one, though? Oh. There's a bit of a delay, so I never know if I'm in frame until... I've been off frame for like 2 minutes. Do you want me to grab any teal? I can do that. Okay, I'll go with a teal adjacent color that I can find. Okay, so brush. Bigger brush. I'm looking for one to kind of wet my paper first. You're perfectly in frame. I mean, I would say swatch systematically, but yeah, I understand. It's just that what's a bit daunting is that there's 105 colors. That's a lot. And my brain kind of went the route of being like, okay, swatch the ones that, you know, speak to you first. I think we need third row, sixth column. Golden teal. Hey, it's a, you found it. I'm having a champagne problem. The box of indie paints I got recently came with a paintable illustration pasted to the top of the box, and I'm too lazy to pull the paints out. So I'm flipping the top open and closed. Okay, so how long are you gonna be able to do that before you go like, ah, screw this, and finally opt to take the paints out? A bit of water. Boop, boop, boop. A bit of water in me. Have a drink. The box is like 2x3, it's barely tolerable. It is a very pretty color, isn't it? So I think I first saw Claire's paints online, like probably on Instagram or something. And I messaged her and I was like, oh, your paints are so nice, all of that. And chit-chatting, and I come to learn that she's living in the Netherlands, so that's cool. But she's from this city, Montreal. She's a Canadian, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Hi. I was about to say that paint doesn't show up that much, but I realized you're just putting the paper. Yep. Is that a good swatch? Is it doing what I want it to do? Kind of hard to... I mean, it would help if I really knew what I wanted to achieve here, but I'm not sure. I just want a way to view these colors with like more information showing up on the swatches. I think Ginger had the right idea about the piece of black paper. It's not good paper for water media, but it's really interesting to see how the color shows up. Like the gold is, and the sparkle is much more visible on the black paper. You just wanted to say sensual lyra saying delicious. Why? Why? Obviously allowed it because that's I can't see it though. Huh. Okay, I think that's better. I also must absolutely label. Can you guys kind of see the gleam on the black paper? Oh yeah, I think it's good. I mean, the paint is still wet, so there's that, but yeah, I think it works. Okay, let's try another one. Okay. Let's try this one. Oh yeah, I really want to try this one actually. I just saw the name and I'm like, oh yeah. This is one of the colors that made me want to do new swatches, so it is named River of Stars. It is pretty. Very pretty color. Oh, my swatch is going places. I think I set the bar really high for these swatches because the swatches that she has for her product pictures are so pretty. They're so nice. They have like the proper amount of texture and smoothness, and they're like taped off so they have really clean edges. It's super satisfying to watch. It's so funny, like I'm reminded of my debacle of this week with the moldy paints, because they were similarly like special effect paints, but I had never had anything get this like bad ever. And at the same time that these were drying in my sort of drying thingamajig, I had all of my Claire Chi paints too, and none of these became like gross. So I really wonder what happened. So it doesn't look like much, but it's this very beautiful sort of blue base with a nice purple shimmer. I'm eager to see this one on the dark paper. Oh, since you're in here, you need to ask your weekly question. Did you guys hear the crow? Crow friend. Oh wow, that's extra purple. I couldn't see it until I picked it up, but whoa. You can't see the blue, but it's super duper purple. Oh, that's really cool. What is the best thing you ate this week? Ooh. Sorry. Trying to multitask and failing. Oh no, Ginger. the lasagna from yesterday. Oh, lasagna is great food. A lot of work, but oh, so delicious though. Lemon blueberry cheesecake. Whoa. Are we gonna get started on another one of those food debates? But this time about cheesecake. I can't do cheesecake. I'm fully aware that I'm the one with all the bad food takes. It's fine. I mean, they're not pretty swatches by any means. Perhaps I could perhaps I could do a bit better. But at least I feel like they show the like the features of the paints better, which was one of my issues. Okay. I normally can't because it's so dense usually, but this one had a more whipped texture. It still took me like 5 sittings to eat it, but I loved every bite. Well, that's good then. Means you can enjoy it for, you know, longer. What about you, Otto? What's the best thing you ate this week? Do you guys think it would make for nicer swatches if I taped off the border? I mean, it would be more neat, but I'm split. I'm split because it's a lot of extra work and it's also a lot of tape. Trying to think to it's something good. I mean, we try not to eat anything that's like not good, but we always kind of end up eating about the same things, so. Oh, I remember I bought a Wagyu steak. Woo! An online butcher and it was amazing. Oh, dude. Whoa. I'm about to head out to Pride, so I'll have to watch the replay later. But before I go, who is the funny guy y'all were talking about like tambourine beside? Is it the unicycle bagpipe Vader guy? I got chicken pot pie in the bread bowl. Ooh. Oh, yeah, that's bomb. Quintessential comfort food there. It's like 1/5 the price you'd have to pay in a restaurant, so although it's still a very special treat, it was at least affordable, yeah. And you don't even have to go outside, you can stay in your pajamas. The Unipiper, yeah. For unicycle bagpiper. Okay, let's try this. I'm not sold, I don't particularly like the ratio, but okay. I was just trying to remember his name. Okay, let's try this one. Serpent Dream. Oh my, I found Claire's website and I've just fallen completely in love with Blanket of Stars. And it's on sale, and oh goodness, look at Misty Morning. Well, tax time is coming up. No! I mean, at least she's not in the US? Maybe? I don't know. I need to look up Blanket of Stars. That sounds like something that I would like. And Misty Morning too, just because I'm curious. I think it's easier to make nice swatches with a taped off area because you don't have to worry about being neat, you know. So you can just focus on like making the paint nice rather than making the shape and the paint nice, you know. The downside of it is that it's a lot more setting up, and also you kind of go through a lot of tape doing that. Pretty. I need to be able to write the color too. They're both in the €5 half band page. I'll have to check it out. Thank you so much. But yeah, that's nice, right? Shiny, okay. Sorry. Oh, big stretch. Remember to stretch, guys. Okay. It's crazy that it looks like two different paints. Seriously. It's fascinating, I feel. Like it's quite simple how it works, but I still find it fascinating regardless. Because it's like well, on the white paper, everything that's transparent is gonna show, but it's not gonna show on the black paper. Oops. Okay, that's a problem though. It's kind of really easy to put your fingers in the paint. You're gonna say, well, duh, but yeah. Oh, I see you later, Sassy Britches. I've got CC level with Boston, Cambridge, Duplex, and Make and Mend. I've never been to Make and Mend yet. I'm so jelly. Bye, Sassy. Thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, let's do that again, though. What if I take out and break everything? Take out a whole category first. Yeah, words. Okay, let's try that again. I'm gonna redo this one so that it matches with this one. Lana! Hey! Okay. I love Boston. I've been to Boston once, a very long time ago, and I have very good memories of it. So they're vague, they're very hazy at this point, but it was a fun one. What's Make and Mend about? How did the mold ones go? They went in the trash, straight up. Lena, get your bags. We're reading gingers for chicken pot pies, but I don't think Lena eats chicken though. I ate a hot breton at a French cafe near my place. Crunchy crepe, cheese, ham, and egg with onion. Ooh, it's a bit, yeah. That's very much like the crepe breton. Yeah, you can have a delicious veggie pot pie with a nice bechamel and a bunch of veggies in there. Just get the veggie one, Lana. You can eat dairy, right? So you should be okay with the white sauce, the bechamel, and then the tasty flaky dough. Pie dough. Pie dough is amazing. Make and Mend is a second-hand heart. Oh, what? Oh, please post on Discord. I want to window shop and live vicariously through everyone going there. Are we going to be some sort of chicken pot pie exhibitionist? Yeah, it was a galette bretonne. Yeah. My autocorrect keeps trying to write palette. Wait, what did it say? Oh, exhibitionist. Eh, go figure. Perhaps YouTube doesn't censor it, but it's gonna be like, oh, you can't monetize because someone said exhibitionist. Isn't that what you call someone who has like an art exhibition? I had amazing galette bretonne when I was in Saint-Malo, and I still dream of them to this day. I got the most basic ones. They had the what's it called? I had it on the tip of my tongue and then it disappeared. But it's the sort of stewed caramelized onion thing they do. And yeah, you get a buckwheat thin crepe with the subis it's called, with the onions, and then you can also have an egg cracked in the middle. How did I manage to not cut that the right size? Did I? Wait, okay, I guess I missed something. Test it, unless it's offensive or something. But if it's just a bit immature, that should be okay, right? Right? You decide. Oh, exhibitor. Yeah. Okay. Oh yes, the caramelized onion. The buckwheat crepe is so crispy. The French cafe owner is from Bretagne, and they make. Oh, it's gotta be so good. Do they have the onion stuff? The soubise. It is so freaking good. Like the onions cooked forever with butter. Oh man. No, I promise to be a responsible mod. Okay. Fond memories of crepes. So I went to a comic book store today and I got a graphic novel of a subject matter better discussed on Discord. And new dice. Ooh, lovely. I'm drooling over here. It's lunchtime where I am and you are all killing me. Was it fun, Lena, the first session of your D&D campaign? Sometimes YouTube teaches us the bad words, like my cats are. Oh, yeah. Yee. Yee. I will tell you in DM what exhibitionists. Well, I mean, we have a French word that's for exhibitionists, which is basically, yeah, like it involves a trench coat and being naked. But I was just wondering because, like, when you have like an art show, it's also called an exhibition, right? So I couldn't find the English word for what's it called when someone has an exhibition. I was like, is it an exhibitionist, or is it like, what is it? I think someone said like exhib. I've said that word too much now. I don't know what it means anymore. Oh crap! I forgot to double crap. Hold on. Yes, they do have the onion stuff. And they offer cidre from Bretagne in bowls. Like the cafe with oh, that sounds lovely. Exhibitor, yeah. Might look for a D&D campaign or VTM campaign, but I'm not too social. Played an introduction one. It had 4 sessions now, and there are about 2 more to go. But it was so much fun, and we got plenty of books, and we started. Oh, that's awesome! Are you using like the D&D 5th edition, which is sort of the baseline one, kind of. I gave up trying to type it. Sorry. I gave up trying to say it, so. Other than swatching, how or when do you use the metallic colors? I find it hard to put them to use. I mean, I'm in the same boat as you. It's something that I'm like sort of working on constantly. Yeah. Because I really like them, but it's also very difficult to fit them into the kind of drawings that I do. So I did a few illustrations where I had sort of an abstract shape as a background, and I filled the shape with a metallic color, and it's fine. They're on my Instagram. I think the originals are just next to me. Oh, thank you so much for being here, Ginger. Have a great weekend. It was really nice to see you. Okay, I think it's this one. Sorry. So yeah, I did 2 tests. So I have some with a bit of an abstract background, but that's a like super granulating paint. So I tried some of these. And then I also made a few where I used a metallic paint for the shape in the background. And I mean, it's absolutely not the most original way to go about this, but it's a way that, you know, lets you feature a metallic color well. I'm still trying to figure it out because I really like them, but I agree that they're very difficult to integrate properly into anything. Some people have an art style that is better suited to it. I'm thinking of artists with a similar style to some, like Kelleg's Loop. He does, like, it's figurative art, but there's also a very abstract element to all of it, and it's very like fantastic in a way. Like there's a fantasy element to it. So I feel like when you do that, you could much more easily decide that one of the visual elements is going to be just metallic paint. I'm on the fence whether this is cool or annoying, but I started just using colored shimmers randomly in photos or landscape. I think that's a great idea. How do you like the result? Some of these would make gorgeous armor devices. Yeah, I agree. It's just, it's something that I know I've kept in mind, like jewelry, armor, anything that's metal, like swords, medieval weapons, all of that. It's in the back of my mind always, but it's also very easy to make it look out of place. So it's just difficult. Reminds me of medieval paintings where they use. Yeah, that's what I kind of went back to, in the sense that I had a sudden memory from the art history classes, where they would use gold leaf and gold paint to do the halos on icon paintings, like the religious icons. They would always have these gold halos. Oh, cat hair. Lovely. So far I love it. That's honestly, that's all you need. Before I'd agonize about where it was appropriate, and now that I've stopped caring, it's a lot more fun. So far I love it. I mean, that sounds completely amazing. That sounds awesome. Oh, that's great. saw some videos by Denise Love where she uses metallics in her abstract mini paintings. I think that might be something. Yeah. I mean, Emotional Pumpkin is onto something too, with just the general idea of, like, you like a paint, you use the paint. That's it. Like, no need to think forever about where to put it, or if it fits there, or if it's okay, or, you know, all that stuff. We can just enjoy paints. And I feel like oftentimes the people that manage to be less bogged down by this kind of stuff, they tend to feel more free in their art practice. Whereas the overthinkers are like, I'm stuck on this very tiny, unimportant detail. Help! I say that with everything going on in the world today. Yeah, I agree. On two levels. First of all, it's really fun to look at, and also it's really fun to paint with. So you get two effects for the price of one. You get some effect as the painter, and then the watcher is also gonna have something from it. Sorry. %, right? Glitter and shimmery stuff to cheer us up. Yeah. Hey, Pablo! Also, the fun side effect of using mica paint is that your rinse water starts. Yes! And then when your water gets sparkly enough and you rinse your brush in it, you can look at the swirls forever. Haven't heard about Denise Sutton in a while, but I think if you haven't checked her Instagram, perhaps you might find some recent posts from her there. Funnily enough, my great aunt that was into watercolor and painted, and that I inherited all of her painting stuff, was also named Denise. Well, in French, Denise, mais, you know, same difference. Not me moving my head to watch the sparkles when they're on the screen. So I was in the Lego store today. Husband wanted to buy something. They have a set that includes a kitty jellyfish? What? I know they have the full tuxedo cat. I haven't seen the kitty jellyfish though. I'll have to look into that. Otto, I think you came in after my telling of the cat shenanigans here regarding Shiro and her new best friend. The set also has a kitty mermaid minifig. What? Oh, I'll have to look that up. I hope it's not the I hope it's not the what's it called, the Friends kind of genre of Lego, the Lego of Lego. That's like, they went the route of like, oh, these are the Lego for girls, so let's make them more feminine and cutesy, and you're just like, no, no. Her new boyfriend, the tomcat, the white tomcat. He's been like stalking her ever since like 2 days ago. Like, not yesterday, but the day before that, at night, he was like sticking to her. And the whole day yesterday he was with her, and now today he's with her again. And she looks so done with it. I don't know if she's still there, but for now she's passed out, like sleeping. I think. Oh yeah, unfortunately it's the girly ones, but okay, yeah, I'll definitely look it up anyway. I'm just a bit disappointed in Lego for thinking that only the girly Legos are deserving of a kitty jellyfish. But yeah, it's so funny. The big tomcat guy that keeps like following her, and what was it? Was it yesterday? Must have been yesterday. At some point, it was really like intense yesterday, the weather, and I go outside and I check on the cats. And Shiro, she's not a very shy cat by now, so she will walk in the building here. It's just like the entranceway of the building. So she walks in and she likes to check the stairs and whatnot. And the poor guy was, the tomcat was so like invisible confusion and distress over Shiro walking inside. He was like, you could tell from his demeanor and his face that he really didn't want to come inside, but also he had to follow her. He had to stay close to her for some weird cat reason. And he was so confused and nonplussed, and he kept looking around and being like, why are you going inside? And he walked in just a little bit, but he was like super stressed, and he was like, and then eventually he went out, and she came out too, and he, like, you could tell he was relieved when he came out. And I was like, what's going on? What's up? I was offended at the gender Legos. It took me years of therapy to be able to admit I like the color pink because I somewhat, yeah, we are kind of, there's like two categories. You kind of end up either loving pink from a very early age because you buy into the way it is presented to you, or you rebel against it, and then you always feel kind of ashamed for liking pink until you get to a certain age, or after therapy, where you're like, you know what, actually I don't care, I like this color, I'm gonna love this color. If you disagree with that, you can just, I don't know, do something else. Okay, so this would be the sunrise color. And I mean, I remember the gendered Legos when we were younger. I had a neighbor friend that had a lot of the quote unquote girl sets from back then, but they were basically the same blocks as the other, all the other sets. It's just that the themes, the theme was what, like vacation resort, and I mean, I was always so impressed because they were super fun sets, but they didn't really, like, they were marketed to girls because like the side of the box was this bright pink color, and it was stuff about the swimming in the pool and vacation and the you know, ice cream parlor and whatnot. Ooh, Rosa Gallery gouache, interesting. I absolutely get the Rage Against Girl Lego. I've been raging on it too. Still hate it, but can. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. The kitty jellyfish and even the kitty mermaid, I'm okay with. I'm just bummed. Like it makes me just annoyed that they felt that they had to make something different for the girls, because that's not true. Honestly, it was only last week that I was raging at the same Lego shop for having a huge poster saying she made it by herself. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? No way. It helps now that I'm older and have fewer and fewer. Yeah, that's definitely a factor here. Same. was a kid, I always wanted Transformers and not Barbies. I tell you, I give my 7-year-old nieces huge dragon. Yeah, that's the thing. You don't need the... That's why it annoys me, is that you don't need the Friends sub-brand of Lego. Like regular Lego are fine, and if you absolutely need to have something pink in there, you can go the route you did like 30 something years ago with the holiday resort themed things. They were super fun. One was like waterfalls, I think. The one set of Lego that I managed to get when I was probably quote unquote too old for it, not really, but you know what I mean. And I finally convinced my parents that I get me a set of Lego. Like my brother had been getting all the Legos, but not me. And yeah, and it was the little ice cream parlor, and I loved it so much. And it took forever, and it doesn't matter. Like you guys know what I mean. The annoying part of pink for me is that I'm kind of indifferent to it, but it looks good on me, and whenever I heard someone talk about how pink is a girl's... Oh, yeah. Wow, 220s. 220s. Don't waste all of those 20s, Lena. You need to keep them for when you're playing. Pink used to be color for boys. Yeah. Pink used to be the color for boys, so those who say pink are just for girls really need to, 1, learn some history, and 2, go touch some grass. Blue is historically the female color. That's so funny. I've never liked pink. Some of my earliest memories are of beauty salons, as they were called in the 60s, and all of them had pink and black. Oh, dude! It was traumatizing and nice to see the smell of hair play. Ugh, yeah, okay. But that's the thing, like, I feel like pink is just another one of the colors out there. Like, I wouldn't want to wear a t-shirt that was bright opera pink. I don't think it would look that great on me. If the t-shirt is black and has some opera pink print on it, better. Like, the balance works better. But I love the color, and it's like, okay, you don't like bright pink, well, you can have something more like Potter's pink, and you can also never wear any pink but still like to write with pink ink. And it's just, I really hate the fact that it's supposed to be something you buy in straight up without thinking about how you want to buy into it. Does that make sense? Doesn't make sense, but anyway. It's kind of difficult to get a good lay down of color on the black paper because it's really not meant for that. But it still shows the effect well, so I'll go with that. Trade dressing boys in pink so they don't get stolen by Fae. It's why kings wear red and Virgin Mary. Huh. Yeah, you had to test roll, but you need to be careful. Should clarify that those memories are of waiting what seemed like endless hours from... Oh yeah. In the you know, all the smells of the chemical while having nothing to do. I get it. pink was the color of boys because red was the color of grown-up men. Color of blood and the color of power and manliness. Bruh. Whereas blue is the color of tears. I don't know. Yeah. It's kind of funny because if you dilute red, what do you get? You don't really get pink, do you? I'm gonna burst a vein in my forehead. Oh, sorry. It's so difficult to stick to having only one set of dice, Lena. I hope you're aware of that fact. I knew you were going to say that. Of course you knew. I mean, I'm surprised you didn't say it before. Oh! Oh, dude, Lyra. I don't know what is more painful to step on, a metal D4, a brick of Lego, or a graphics card. You have three really good contenders here, but I think the D4, I mean, they're so pointy. We kind of call them caltrops here. Because it's basically just a little metal pyramid on the floor, waiting to, you know, poke a hole in your foot. Grab back, need to prep some stuff for my brioche. Ooh, vegetable brioche. Oh, that sounds yummy. The graphics card is the most expensive to step on. That's a very good point. I wanted to give you the space to sit yourself. Also, the paint changes depending on who the Lego belongs to and whether you like that person or not. Sorry. Well, actually, it depends whether it's a hot or cool red. Cool red... No, it's not... It's not actually pink, but it is closer to pink. True, and a D4 roll is crappy. Sorry. You guys need to go like, yes, Ev, yes, we know, red doesn't make pink. That's okay, that's okay. Look, a cat, look, go pet the kitty now. That's good. Yep. What am I wearing? It doesn't have a hidden agent. I was going to ask in all seriousness what it dilutes to, but then got an inexplicable shiver down my spine. Sorry. Blood from the sound of it. Otto, now that you're like shredded, it's gonna hurt so much more when you get a catch of the a fit of laughing. But Ev is going to dilute some. See, that's not pink. Ah! I'm gonna be that person in the subway station with a portable easel and a bunch of paint. And I will go from one people to the next, mixing my paint furiously and being like, say, that's not pink, not pink. Ah! Maybe you're like, you can't mix pink from the far end of the the subway, the subway station. Oh, I'm getting sweaty from laughing too much. Ah. Okay. I'm looking forward to talk about this. I think there's at least one video on that. We need that to happen. I'd watch a TED Talk. It would have to be a TEDx talk. Right. Oh, pain. I'm laughing too much that my pre-wet paints have had time to dry. Okay. Whew. So newbie here is sitting wondering just how the hell you do get pink, but she's just gonna head to Google instead. This chat is not officially the funniest stream ever. Okay. Quick explanation, magenta is a primary color, red is not, which means you cannot mix magenta from mixing any other colors. Magenta is just a fancy word for pink, really. You still have a bit of like leeway. You can have some magentas that are a bit more like pink, some that are a bit more purple, but overall, yeah, pink mean magenta. Magenta, you can't mix it. You can get some sort of like muted pinkish color by diluting a red or something, but it's not pink. It's not the pink you can, really use to mix anything else. It's just diluted red, and it's usually fairly limited. I honestly did not notice. I have never thought of magenta as pink. Huh, well, I mean, it is. It is. When you kind of look at it, it is pink. And it's really, really funny because on social media, you have some accounts where people are trying to color match magenta by mixing paints, and they're always so far off, which is hilarious on its own, but it's like, what were you thinking? You can use red instead of magenta in, say, a 3-color palette. It's quite common in art because it will create more muted, more natural shades of color. However, red, yeah, what Otto said. You can use, like, the thing is there's a difference between, let's say, capital P primary colors and, like, wow, brain. Not capital P primary colors. Like, you can have 3 colors that are the main colors you will use in your painting, and they don't have to be anything special. They can be whatever you want. Those would be your primary colors for this specific painting. But if we are talking more in terms of absolutes, then you can only have 3 primary colors, which are cyan, magenta, and yellow. You cannot mix these from anything else, and you can get close to mixing everything just with these 3. I was reading a book about a comic book, a European comic book, and it's all painted in watercolor. And the artist talks about his process and how he got around to making the comic this way and all of that. Oh, I need to, so calm down. But yeah, and he talks about it, and he goes like, when I want to have like a cohesive palette in a page, I'm paraphrasing, but it says something to the effect of shifting your primary triad, meaning that is going to say, okay, so I'm painting this scene, and technically my scene is still made of the primary colors, but instead of using, I'm looking for examples around me, but okay, so he's going to be like, instead of using a magenta or a red, I'm going to use, this is going to be my red. Everything that is red technically is going to be this color, and then this will be my yellow for my whole painting. And then to use as blue, it doesn't even have to be a blue, it could be a gray. But the gray is going to be your quote-unquote blue. And that's how you end up with a cohesive palette in this kind of setting. That I understand, I just did a pun with the hot glue. You can use green. It's the it's Black Sad. Hey, thank you so much for being here, Billy. Have a great evening. So yeah, that's basically how he explains working with a more cohesive palette, is that you have two sort of ways of dealing with, hold on, brain is not working, dealing with primary colors. And you kind of need to understand how magenta, cyan, and yellow work to be able to shift those primaries to different colors and be able to make it work as well. Anyway, it was super interesting. But yeah, I remember it because I think he talks about it like he was talking to someone at a diner or something, and the example of this was made using whatever was on the diner table. So I think the yellow became the mustard or something. It's Black Sad. Is Liz in here? I didn't see them come in. Hi, Liz. It's a European comic book, so it's, you know, it's the big hardcover ones. At the risk of setting off a firestorm, the CMY model is for inks and paints only. Right, but for lights... Yep, exactly. That's not a firestorm, that's just the two-way... You have subtractive and additive color primaries. Oh yeah, I can try. The first one should be dry, right? The first one I painted should be fine by now. Hopefully. I'm a tiny bit worried about the black paper because it's not meant for that. But yeah. Yeah, Black Sat, it's gorgeous. The main character is a sort of a cat. Yeah, a cat anthropomorphic character. I'll let you guess what brought me to it. Good call, although I wanted to peel one of these before shutting off the stream and I was forgetting about it. Is it good? It's really good. It's also gorgeous. It's beautiful. Very skilled. Oh, see, ripping off a bit of paper, but that's fine. So, what do we think? It is shiny. Yeah, the primary colors with light are also very fascinating to watch like happen. But sure, unless they are Procreate. I mean, does it work the same in Procreate? Pretty confident that if you open Procreate and you mix red and green, you're not gonna get yellow. Because you are simulating painting in Procreate. You're not actually painting with light, right? I had a whole discussion this week with someone who claimed that magenta does not exist as a color. I mean, they're right, referring to spectral colors. I have the impression it's the noir detective plot that attracted you, not the cat. I mean, for me it was both. I really like the two. Like it was a 1-2 combo hit. But yeah, I mean, it's the gorgeous art, the cat characters, the detective kind of dark stories, all of that combined. And then eventually, after a few albums, there were 2 books that were made that are called L'Histoire des Aquarelles, which is basically the story of the watercolors. And those are the books where he talks about this process of making, painting, drawing the whole comic. I'm so confused as to why it looks blue, but I think it's an interesting color. It's just that the black paper kind of eats up the red. So you only get the particle that's blue-green metallic. And then on the white paper you get both. So it looks more brown, but it's actually the same thing. But it's really fun. Looks like a moon night in the Caribbean. What is that? They only said they meant spectral colors after like 1 hour. Oh, I would have been so pissed. Like, dude, yeah, you're right. Why are you debating this? It's true, but you need to be precise. I'm gonna have to check that out. Is it available digitally? I have no idea. The comic book, you mean? Like I said, I got them from the French edition. I know it's been translated in English, but I don't know how, where it's available. I hope there's a like a Kindle version or something. But yeah, I can't really say for sure because I that's the only real perk of the French Canada province is that you can pretty seamlessly get stuff from France and it's gonna be okay, you know. I'm pretty sure we could untape this one too, because it's such a different one. I'm curious to see it as well. And then I'm gonna be ending the stream and drinking lots of water. Oh, sorry. Oh, that's a good question, Otto. Fair. I think I would have asked sort of early on, like in what context are we talking? Because yeah, depending on what kind of spectrum we are like referring to, some colors exist and some don't. But yeah, looking into it, wow, that art side, it's just out of this world pretty. The artist used to work for Disney, I think. Ooh, 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 shiny. Love me a good shiny. Right, I think these work. What do you guys think of the, like, I feel like the size is decent. We can see the color here. There's a bit of wasted space around, but I don't really have any tape that's conveniently in between these two, I think. Yeah. Or maybe I should have... No, that wouldn't have fit. I don't think I would be able to tape it off with this one. Oh, anyway. The censorship on YouTube is crazy this evening. They just tried to censor posting gotcha? Also earlier for someone saying hi, pigment friends. Hey? Hey? What? Okay. That's odd. I mean, the thing that should have been censored was the time thing. I think there was too much context in that one. But apparently Sassy goes, holy shit, it isn't censored. Oh no, Sassy! Oh shoot. Obliterate. Oh no. Tornado warnings in Boston? Baboon! Do you guys want to see a kitty? Do you guys want to see a kitty? I can grab a kitty if she will let me. And show the kitty if she will let me. Did you know that kitty, well, cat in French is chat, written exactly like chat. So it can get confusing sometimes. Ah, je wordt. Oui, het is jullie. Oui, het is jullie. You're purring. You're purring. Just had a scary drive home. Roads are full. Oh, whoa. Oh man, I hope you guys will be okay. I mean, flash floods are freaking scary. Can we see two kitties? Nah, the little Pecco kitty is sleepy right now. She didn't feel that great this morning, so I'm letting her sleep. This one woke up and came by and was like, I need some screen time, Mom. And I was like, okay. Beige plus black equal teal. It's just, you need to kind of think of the paints. Are you referring to the duochrome paints? It's just that they're made of particles that will catch the light in a different way. A bit like, you know, the lenticular images. Yeah, her allergies at the moment are not too bad. It's mostly the eyes that are itchy. Someone said you're a pretty girl. You are a pretty girl. But they can't really see you right now. Boop. Let's nudge you a little bit over here. She's purring. She's purring. Yeah, poor Pico. Pico has like, it doesn't happen often, but she has sometimes recurring, like, I think she has like some intestinal discomfort, and you can tell from her demeanor that her belly is bothering her. So when she kind of gives off that energy, we try to let her sleep, because sleeping is a great way to get out of that. Yes, I am home and I'm anxious to get a text from my friend. She's made it home. Trenches and like, oh shoot. She only left because she left windows at home open. Whoa. Oh, that's. Do you live on your own? Get your feet. I mean, don't answer if it's too indiscreet, but it's just like, if you like, we can chat with you on Discord if you like we can keep you company. No, that's sparkly water. You don't drink the sparkly water, you silly goose. What I feel super bad about is the folks at Pride who are still packing up. Yeah, I hope they'll be okay too, but I mean, definitely some people will have it a bit rougher than others. It's really difficult to like prepare for a flash flood when you don't necessarily live in a place where these things are common. She wanted to drink the sparkly water too. Oh my gosh, she's shedding so much. Oh, my face is full of cat hairs. It's so itchy. She had a spell where this cat, she would always try to get into the paint water. And we would call it the forbidden water. I don't think I've ever seen rain hit so hard so fast. Like, it was windy and then we blinked and it was a downpour. Yeah! I think I've had something similar once while I was driving with my dad. And we had to, like, I mean, every car on the road had to stop. It was just impossible to drive. Like, you couldn't see anything. But it's sparkly, I'm sure it's tasty. She will drink the worst bottom of the sink garbage water. Our cat's not allowed to drink sparkly water, they just don't like it. I mean, she wants to, I'm just not sure it's very good for her to drink the the water full of paints. I couldn't even tell what Sassy Bridges got censored for. The thing about like removing wet clothes. What? Wow, YouTube is on something today. Yeah, driving in it is so scary. It is so scary because you you don't see anything, and you can't tell if you're gonna drive through water that's too deep and it's gonna bork the car, and then you'll be stranded. Like it's when cats like to drink such special water, then they need to find. Hey, Galgos, hi. Sparkling water. No, no, it's not. Yeah, it's not fizzy water. It's. I want it, kush. C'est bien cute. C'est donc bébé. She's purring so loud. Some of us have taken a sip. Yeah, but kitties are smaller. Anyway, I mean, she's managed to drink some of the forbidden water a couple of times. Just, I would rather she did not. I've had that with snow once. Suddenly heavy snow with big flakes and sight. Ooh, that's the other thing. I thought I'm going to call fizzy water sparkly water. Yeah, I was super scared of losing power while in a puddle. I can see there's a big cat head in front of the chat. I'm in a lifted forerunner with huge tires and I was still struggling to drive through the water. It was swooshing up onto the... Whoa! Gosh, bibit. Gosh, mimit. I was looking at stuff about the flash flooding when it happened in Vermont. I think it's been like 3 years in a row where they have really bad flash floods in the spring, I think, when the snow water melts. And yeah, they like some videos were about all the she's shitting. All the things you wouldn't expect would be problematic, like driving around when you're not familiar with that amount of water. And it's stuff like most cars don't do really well driving through water, and you kind of don't really think about it because you see it in movies and whatnot, and I wouldn't have thought about it that much, but yeah, it's really dangerous. That's why they kind of tell people to just stay put if they can. But Boston, that's, oh man, that's gonna make the news for sure. I hope everyone's gonna be okay. I hope your friend's okay. Let us know if they text you. I can see there's a big cat head in the way. She's probably gonna complain. Ah, non même pas. Okay. Oh no, I just remembered our bridge. We have a bridge in the city that floods and a car always has to get towed out. It will be some... Yeah. Oh, what's this Toro? She just did who? Okay, good. That's good. That's a relief. Man, this is one needy kitten. Why are you so needy? You can't see it, but she's hitting me with her tail nonstop. Oh, perhaps you can hear her purring. It's very subdued. Not the bridge gets flooded, but underneath it. I mean, at this point, the bridge could get flooded too. Like, if the water gets high enough. Hopefully not, but... Okay, I'm gonna try one thing. How can I, man? Okay, let's... I'm trying to get the microphone close to the cat. The Starrow is a famous bridge in Boston that always takes the time. Oh, that's so funny. There's a famous one that's called something like the can opener or something. It's so funny. She's just admiring the purple lavender. Yeah, probably. All right. I'm gonna end the stream. Sassy bitches, if there's anything you can get on Discord and like if you need help for something or if you need like multiple brains to find a solution to something, feel free to hop on. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this cat, but I'm definitely gonna go stretch and drink some water and get back to work, I guess. Well, yeah, that's basically what it does to the truck. It's so funny. It's so funny. See the trucks like come in with all the momentum in the world and then whoop, they get sheared off. It's so funny. Will do. I appreciate that. Awesome. So really, I hope everything turns out okay. But yeah, there's the Discord if you need like multiple brains or something. And thank you so much everyone for being here. I'm sorry we didn't get to do much, but it was fun and we had a good laugh. And okay, kitty. And yeah, have a great weekend, guys. See you all in the next one and on Discord. And yep, take care. Bye bye.